Have you ever noticed how some people just don't hear you, even when you're being perfectly clear? No matter how honest you express yourself, they keep pushing, insisting, convincing, as if your no or your discomfort isn't real. Let's talk about how to honor your truth without arguing, explaining, or abandoning yourself. I'm Luana, and welcome back to Uncover Your Authenticity. Today, I want to share a story that illustrates something really important: how your authentic truth is actually very simple, and how repeating that truth calmly and consistently is sometimes the most powerful way to be heard. So, a friend of mine came down to visit from Canada recently, and he shared something that I think a lot of people can relate to. His ex would invite him out to dinner with two or three other friends. But every time he went, those dinners felt draining. The people at the table were often on their phones, distracted, talking mostly about fashion or very light conversation. The kind of surface level social energy some people love and feel comfortable with. But my friend, he's someone who prefers conversations with a little more depth. Things like experiences, insights, perceptions, and reflections. Not better, not more important, just a different style of connection than what was happening at those dinners. So he told me, every time I go, I don't have a good time. I feel out of place. But my ex keeps insisting that I go. So how do I say no in a way where he understands me clearly, without resistance or confusion on his part? And this is exactly where authenticity comes in. Your truth is never complicated. It's always something very simple, very direct, very clean. That doesn't work for me. I'm not comfortable in that situation. It doesn't feel right to me. I just don't want to. Authenticity doesn't require a long explanation. It doesn't require a debate. It doesn't require you to manage someone else's feelings. It only requires you to find the simplest kernel of your truth and stay with it. Most of us get tangled because we think our truth has to make sense to other people before we're allowed to stand in it. But authenticity doesn't work that way. Your truth doesn't need approval. It doesn't need to match someone else's preferences. It doesn't need to convince anyone. It only needs to be true for you. And the simpler it is, the clearer it becomes. Example one, the why not trap. Someone invites you to an event and you say, I don't feel up for it tonight. And immediately they come back with, why not? What happened? Are you upset? Are you tired? Are you sure? They're not asking because they need an explanation. They're asking because they don't like your answer. And your truth doesn't become less true because they don't like it. You don't need a reason. A simple, I just don't feel up for it tonight is enough. And repeating that anchors you back into yourself. Example two, the let me fix it pattern. You say, I'm not comfortable in that group. And they say, oh, they'll be better this time. Or I'll stay by you, don't worry. They're trying to fix something that isn't broken, your preference. Your discomfort isn't a problem to solve. It's just a truth to honor. And you could simply return to, I appreciate that, but I'm still not comfortable. Example three, the guilt loop. Sometimes when people don't like our boundary, they shift the emotional tone. I just wanted to include you. I thought you'd want to be part of things. I'm only trying to help. Guilt bubbles up because you don't want to disappoint them. But disappointment is not the same as disrespect. You can acknowledge the intention and stay true to yourself. I really appreciate the invitation. I really do. And I'm still not comfortable going. This is what grace plus clarity looks like. Repeating your truth isn't being difficult. It's refusing to abandon yourself because someone else wants a different answer. Authenticity is simple. It doesn't argue. It doesn't justify. It doesn't reshape itself to keep the peace. Authenticity expresses the truth clearly, kindly, and consistently. So I told him, let's say your ex calls and says, hey, I want you to join us for dinner on Monday night at 8. Your authentic truth might be as simple as, I'm just not comfortable in that environment. And maybe he pushes a little. Oh, come on, we really want you there. You don't need a new explanation. You don't need to justify yourself. You just come back with the same simple truth. I'm not comfortable with that. But it'll be fun. Come on. I'm not comfortable going. But we'll have a great dinner. I don't feel comfortable. That's not rude, not defensive, not dramatic. It's just consistent. So the next time someone isn't hearing you, instead of explaining more, arguing more, or shrinking to keep the peace, try this. Find the simplest truth inside you. Speak it gently and repeat it as many times as needed. Clarity doesn't always come from saying more. Sometimes it comes from saying the same thing with calm conviction. I'm Loan, and thank you for watching, and thank you for choosing authenticity. If this message resonated, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Let's keep uncovering our authenticity one moment at a time. See you next time.